I've been on YouTube for almost 19 years, and I'm not kidding. I have never seen nor heard of something like this before. Yesterday I made that video about all like the Taylor Swift hoopla, and the video got copyright claimed because I showed a snippet of lyrics from her song Wood, which is an ode to Travis Kelce's cock, and I said a couple of the lines. And it got claimed because apparently that counted as me using the melody of Wood, the Wiener Ballad. That is unbelievable. Keep in mind, I didn't sing it. It's not like I gave an a cappella version. I just said a couple of the lyrics because they were so silly, and it's the one track on there that I thought was like actually just kind of revolting, like it just wasn't good. Overall, I thought the album was just like very generic and mid, but not nearly as bad as people were saying. But I used this one as an example for a track that I just didn't like. And somehow that was enough to flag the copyright system internally. Now, it's not like a strike or anything, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I just found this so fascinating that now we split revenue on that video because I said some of the lines. Again, I didn't even sing it. All I did was say like a redwood tree, not hard to see, Dick learned to pee, put soap in my eyes. I had to remix it here a little bit just out of fear that this might get claimed if I say like the full lines. Like and speaking of soap, by the way, our vanilla scent is available now at usecheeky.com, best soap in the universe. But the point is, like, I cannot believe that just saying the words without even a single hint of melody was enough to get flagged because Taylor Swift, I guess, owns all of those words in that combination. That's wild to me. Now, I do know, of course, that you can get copyright claimed by doing like a cover of a song, or if you're like singing the hook to a chorus of a mainstream song, sometimes that'll, flag internally. Like, I know that happens. But this is so far removed from that, because not only was I not singing, it was only like maybe 10 seconds of that section of the song, too, that I said the words. It is crazy. Like, there's no music or anything there. I didn't have, like, the instrumental going or anything. I'm really just stunned. So I saw this last night. Obviously, I decided to take action just to see if, like, Taylor Swift's legal team was going to fight tooth and nail about me stepping on her toes by reading her copyrighted words. I guess she owns these words now. But I took action, and it has been overturned, which is nice. But I do wonder, for a channel that doesn't have the, ability to fight back against a claim like this, would it have stuck? Like, would a smaller channel, maybe like a Swifties fan account, still have this claim? I don't know. I'm just surprised that it was even allowed in the first place. Since when are words forbidden to use because an artist used them in their songs? Or maybe I guess it was me showing a snippet of the lyrics on screen, but even then, showing some words being copyrightable is pretty crazy to me. It is. I am not kidding. I've never seen something like this before. And since we're on the topic, I did learn that my assessment on her level of greed yesterday was underselling it. Apparently, and I've looked into this and it seems accurate, there are 28 variants of the same album that she is selling her fans. 28! And this album is less than a week old. That is crazy. And the differences between each variant are so trivial. Like, it's usually like a different cover or a different name, such as my personal favorite, The Crowd Is Your King edition, parentheses, Summertime Spritz Pink Shimmer Vinyl Target Exclusive. That seems a little excessive to me, but I've seen a lot of defensiveness from Swifties that have purchased every single one of them, saying, nobody was forced to buy these, we wanted to support her. I mean, she's a fucking billionaire, she doesn't need you to buy 28 copies of the same thing, but again, it is your money, you spend it however you want. You could wipe your ass with it doesn't bother me. You can waste your money in whatever ways make you happy. But come on, there is no justification for why Taylor Swift is selling 28 and ongoing, it seems like she's planning to introduce more variants, copies of the exact same album to her fans, other than just to make a lot of money off of them. It inflates the fuck out of her numbers, too. I think each variant should count as its own separate album, as opposed to all roped together as Life of a Showgirl sales. Because that shit is just foul. That is so absurd. It's like if I was going to show you my Skechers collection, and it's just the same pair of Skechers Go Walk 28 times, but with like dirt placed in different places. Like that'd be the only difference. Or like maybe the stitching was a little different on this one versus that one. But I have 28 copies of the same pair of Skechers. It's absurd. Like it is the only reason to have this many variants is to squeeze your community for all the money that they have. And again, if they want to like, spend hundreds of dollars to own every variant of this album, all power to them. But it is greedy. Like you can't explain that away or justify it. It is greedy. And it's very clear that Taylor Swift only really cares about the money with this one. She already apparently released a little video with AI for this, which again is crazy. This is the album rollout and she's just freely, willy-nilly using AI for it instead of like hiring real people, professionals to breathe life or like bring any level of creativity or passion to the project. She instead just uses AI to save money. It does seem like the entire purpose behind Life of a Showgirl and the monetization model here and everything she's doing with it is just to make as much money off as little as possible. Which if you're a Swiftie who doesn't mind, thinks Taylor Swift needs an even bigger bag by any means necessary, then that's okay too. I just don't think there's any need for mental gymnastics to try and explain how it's actually not greedy. Because it is. There is just no world where that makes any level of sense to have this many variants and ongoing. Like, there'll probably be like fucking 400 versions of this by the end of the year. The goddamn Life of a Showgirl Travis Kelce Hot Dog Turbo Arcade Edition or something dropping this Christmas. Like, it is just for the sake of making even more money off of an already finished album that she keeps repackaging and selling to the community. There are more variants of Life of a Showgirl than there are re-releases of The Last of Us and Skyrim put together. Like, it is an outrageous number. But again, if you do not care, that's fine. But there's just no reason to get mad about people rightfully pointing out that this is a preposterous level of greed with it. Because it is. Like, just, it's time to be honest about it. It is just about the money here with this model. And if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. That's fine too. Anyway, got a little lost in the sauce there on, like, the variance tangent. The whole thing that I wanted to yap about was just that copyright claim. That is preposterous. I hope that was just some kind of fluke and an isolated incident that isn't something that's happening across the platform. Because I would feel really bad for people that do want to like celebrate the album that are just talking about it, getting claimed for it. Taylor Swift isn't above copyright law where she can just rewrite what is and is not acceptable at the mercy of her will. You can talk about the songs, you can show lyrics, and boy howdy, if you can believe this, you can even say the words that she uses in her songs, or rather, you should be able to. Again, I wasn't doing an a cappella cover of Wood or anything, like there is no melodies that she owns that she can claim by me just saying the words, so you are allowed to say some of the lyrics from these songs without fear of copyright claims or anything like that. Like, I have to imagine this had to be a mistake. And of course it didn't come personally from Taylor. I'm not stupid enough to think that she was right there watching the video, got angry and claimed it or something. I know this is just from like her army of lawyers and her team, whatever. But this is a huge overreach that hopefully isn't something that's common right now. Because it shouldn't be. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yeah.